welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that addresses all your stock-related queries with top market experts. Over the next 50 minutes, we are going to be helping you understand what should be your stock strategy in your portfolio and overall markets as well over the next 50 minutes with top market experts joining right in. Of course, the WhatsApp number is flashing screens. This is where you can send in all your questions. Don't forget to mention your name, your location and your contact details so that we can dial you back and you can directly speak to the top guest to get a custom made advice on your stock related portfolio. We already have a whole host of our viewers joining in on our YouTube platform. So in fact, you can also send in your questions on the YouTube platform where you're watching us live in the comment section and I can pick up those questions from there too. We already have Anuj Singh, Gunjan, Soumya Raut, Swati, Arihant Pavpant, and Avant already joining in. Warm welcome to all of you and thank you so much for already sending in your questions. Without wasting much time, let me introduce our top guest with you. We have Shivangi Sarda, Technicals and Derivatives Analyst at Motilal Oswal Financial Services joining right in. Good afternoon to you, Shivangi, and good to have you with us. And the markets are looking good too, 300 points up in trade. So we are finally seeing a lot of green on the screen, which we are welcoming with both hands. Tell us, what do the charts really tell you? Are we going to build on from these gains?
Absolutely. Very good afternoon, Sakshi. So we've seen that the markets have reacted well, taken a good support at 23,350 marks.
Yeah.
And here onwards, there is a hope that, FIs stop the intensity of selling, which will impact our market. But of course, we've seen that a good bottom, a good base has been made at these levels, and we're expecting a good negation here. Of course, today's move is a short covering move, but we are expecting longs to add up over here as this is a good, entry point with good risk reward ratio.
Okay.
So overall, on the upside, we're expecting 24,000, 24,200 marks for Nifty with a support of 23,350 positionally. So this is how you can play out for Nifty. Now, talking about Bank Nifty, here we've seen that some sort of underperformance was seen in the last 3-4 trading sessions, but this index has also kind of picked up, and now it needs to hold above 51,000 for the next spike towards 52,000 marks. But 51,000 will be like a good resistance zones where a lot of call writers are standing. So that call unwinding will make a good upbeat from here.
Okay, got that. So that's the view that's coming in on the overall markets. We already have our first caller with us, Shivangi, and this is Chandra Singh from New Delhi. Chandra Singh ji, namaskar. How are you?
नमस्कार मैम, गुड मॉर्निंग मैम।
जी, गुड आफ्टरनून, बताइए।
सर मैंने एक वोडाफोन ले रखा है, 15 रुपए की बाइंग है मेरी, और अभी मैंने उसको क्या एवरेज कर सकता हूँ मैं?
ठीक है, आपको राय दिलवा देते हैं। काफ़ी ज़्यादा यहाँ पर गिरावट देखने को मिली है और टेक्निकली भी यहाँ पर अगर आप देखें तो स्टॉक प्राइस में पिछले एक महीने में 14% तक का ऑलरेडी फॉल हमें चुका है। महीने में भी करेक्ट होता हुआ गया है। 15 रुपए के आसपास आपने जो खरीदा है, यानी कि आपने शायद अगस्त के आसपास खरीदा होगा, वहां से एक डाउनवर्ड मोमेंटम देखने को मिला है। तो ऑलरेडी हाफ हो चुका है इनकी खरीदारी के प्राइस से, शिवांगी। कई सारे यहाँ पर फैक्टर्स रहे। सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो फैसला आया AGR ड्यूज को लेते हुए, जिसकी वजह से एक मूड बिगड़ता हुआ बढ़िया एक थीम बनती हुई चली जा रही थी। तो भारतीय एयरटेल, इंडस टावर्स ऐसे स्टॉक्स ने काफ़ी दमदार रैली भी दिखाई थी, लेकिन जब से सुप्रीम कोर्ट का वो फैसला आया तब से एक डाउनवर्ड हिल मोमेंटम हमने देखा है यहाँ पर। किस तरीके से अभी आप वोडाफोन आइडिया को देखते हैं और यहाँ क्या राय देंगे?
टेलीकॉम स्पेस की अगर हम बात करें तो पहला मेरी राय रहेगी कि वोडाफोन आइडिया जो है वो बिल्कुल अंडर परफॉर्मर रहा है। पूरे साल में हमने देखा है कि 50% से ज्यादा जो है नेगेटिव में है पिछले साल से। तो कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ पे सेलिंग प्रेशर इंटैक्ट था। लोग काफी एक इन्वेस्टर्स के मन पे डर भी था विद द फैक्टर्स रहे थे कंपनी के साथ। तो मेरी ये राय रहेगी कि हम ऐसे स्टॉक्स के साथ ना रहे जो कैपिटल इरोजन कर रहे हैं। स्ट्रिक्टली स्टॉप लॉसेस को लगाते हुए ही हम इन स्टॉक्स में ट्रेड करें। और मेरी राय रहेगी कि जहां आपका पोर्टफोलियो या ये जो कैपिटल एलोकेशन आपने किया आधा हो गया है, तो आप समझ सकते हो कि यहाँ से स्ट्रेंथ बिल्ड ऑन होना और वापस उस प्राइस में आना काफी मुश्किल हो जाएगा। तो मेरी राय रहेगी कि हम ट्रांचेस में कुछ पोर्शंस रखे रहे, बट कुछ पोर्शंस को लॉस बुक करके वापस एक अच्छे नए सेक्टर्स में निवेश करें। काफी अच्छे सेक्टर्स है, क्यूएसआर स्पेस है, आईटी स्पेस है, जिनमें आप अब फोकस कर सकते हो नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर के लिए। तो इन सारे सेक्टर्स को ध्यान रखें और स्टॉप लॉसेस जरूर मेंटेन करें।
ओके, तो चंद्र सिंह जी, राय आपको ये दी जा रही है जैसे जैसे आपको कुछ बाउंसेस मिले, थोड़ा थोड़ा पोर्शन में आप लॉस बुक करके एग्जिट करें और बेहतर स्टॉक्स में लगाएं, वहां पर रिकवरी होने के आसार ज़्यादा हैं, वरना यहाँ पर अभी आपका पैसा जो है लॉक्ड रहेगा और यहाँ पर अभी कोई टेक्निकली भी रिवर्सल के ट्रेंड्स नहीं नज़र आ रहे हैं फिलहाल शिवांगी को। तो बेहतर स्टॉक्स में निवेश करने की आपको राय है। अगला सवाल है अनुज सिंह का, ये कह रहे हैं कि कोई ऐसा एक शेयर बताइए जिसे वो 1 साल तक होल्ड कर सकते हैं और बढ़िया रिटर्न्स कमा सकते हैं। फ्रॉम अ 1 year perspective, शिवांगी, डू यू हैव एनी 1 or 2 stock ideas?
Yes, absolutely, Sakshi. So my perspective would be, even if we are investing for 1 year or a longer time frame, diversification is very important. तो आप किसी एक स्टॉक या एक सेक्टर के साथ मत जाइए। अपने पोर्टफोलियो को चंक्स में क्रिएट कर दीजिए, 20% या 30% एलोकेशन करके। और मेरी ये राय रहेगी कि हम सबसे पहले जो है आईटी पे फोकस करें, स्पेशली स्टॉक्स लाइक कोफोर्ज, या आपको अगर कम रिस्क लेना है तो आप हेवी वेट्स इन्फोसिस या टीसीएस के साथ जा सकते हो। नेक्स्ट शुड बी क्यूएसआर स्पेस में से कोई स्टॉक, क्योंकि वो एक काफी अच्छे एक्शन में है, बजिंग है, टेक्निकली भी हम देख रहे हैं कि काफी अच्छा ट्रेजेक्ट्री रहा है। तो आप जोमेटो को देख सकते हो, या हाल ही में स्विगी लिस्ट हुआ है, उनको उस स्टॉक को भी आप देख सकते हो। थर्ड, मेरा एलोकेशन रहेगा कुछ कैपिटल मार्केट स्टॉक्स या एक्सचेंज रिलेटेड स्टॉक्स या ब्रोकरेज कंपनी के स्टॉक्स। ऑफ कोर्स ऑल डिस्क्लेमर डिस्क्लोजर्स अप्लाइड। आप बीएसई को देख सकते हो, आप कुछ ब्रोकिंग कंपनीज को भी देख सकते हो। एंड और एक जो एलोकेशन मेरा रहेगा वो रहेगा कहीं ना कहीं लैब स्पेस में, डायग्नोस्टिक स्पेस में। ये कंसिस्टेंटली हमने देखा है कि लगातार पिछले 1 सालों से यहाँ पे एक अच्छी बाइंग इंटरेस्ट देखने को मिली है। तो वो एक फ्रूटफुल रिवॉर्ड होते हुए दिखेगा इवन इन द नेक्स्ट ईयर। तो ये ऐसे स्पेस के साथ आप एलोकेशन करके डाइवर्सिफाई करके इन्वेस्ट करें।
ओके, तो अनुज जी, आपको एक नहीं तरह तरह के अलग अलग सेक्टर से कुछ चुनकर नाम बताए गए हैं जहां पर आप एक साथ सारा पैसा ना डालकर डिवाइड करके डालें, क्योंकि अगला 1 साल जो है मार्केट्स के लिए भी एक्सपेक्टेड है वॉलेटाइल या रेंज बाउंड रहने के लिए। तो बेहतर आपको डाइवर्सिफाई का बेहतर बेनिफिट देखने को मिल सकता है, डाइवर्सिफिकेशन का। तो कोफोर्ज आईटी स्पेस से या इन्फोसिस टीसीएस लार्ज कैप से बेस्ड ऑन योर रिस्क एपेटाइट, जोमेटो स्विगी क्यूएसआर फूड डिलीवरी स्पेस से। इसके अलावा अगर आप देखें तो बीएससी जैसे कुछ ब्रोकिंग हाउसेस जहां पर आप निवेश कर सकते हैं। इस तरीके के स्टॉक्स यहां पर आपको बताए गए हैं शिवांगी के द्वारा। आई एम श्योर ऑल द अदर व्यूअर्स आर आल्सो टेकिंग डाउन ऑल दीज नोट्स राइट देयर। गुंजन इज राइटिंग इन, आई एम अ बिग fan of Business Today channel. Thank you so much, Gunjan, for writing in to us. I hope you're doing well. She wants a view on KIMS or MediAssist. Okay, so you were talking about the pharma space and the diagnostic space right there, Shivangi. How about these two stocks? KIMS is a hospital chain and MediAssist labs as well. How would you really look at the charts of these two, and would you guide Gunjan on that?
Yes, hi Gunjan. My focus here would be again with the heavyweight stocks. We've seen a very good rally in the mid cap and small cap names in the last 2 years, and now I believe it's time to shift focus on the heavyweights, or in some of the names which are having a good grip and good volumes in the market. So on my radar is Ipca Labs from the diagnostic space. So one can look out for this stock. It has consistently seen buying. Even in this year itself, we've seen a 45% rise in this stock from a Poland flag pattern formation breakout on a yearly basis. So we can well understand that this stock is sustaining at the higher zones. And with the recent minor dip, it becomes a good risk reward at these levels as well. So my focus would be on this stock.
Okay, got that. So that's the view that's coming in. Let's take the next question. This is from Soumya Raut. She says, good afternoon, ma'am. Could you please give a view on Bharti Airtel for the November expiry itself? How would you look at this telecom major, Bharti Airtel?
So if we talk about the November expiry, it's on an immediate basis. So on an immediate basis, we are witnessing, some sort of a downtrend. We've seen on the week-on-week basis, the stock has been making lower tops, lower bottoms from the last 4 weeks. Now, this stock has negated, on the monthly basis. So some sort of pain might be still there. So if we talk about the immediate 1 or 2 weeks perspective, there is going to be some consolidation and no one-way recovery. But thereafter, we might expect some sort of good action in the next quarter.
Okay, got that. We have the next caller with us also. Milan Kumar from Karnataka is with us on the phone line. Hi Milan, good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, madam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Tell me,
Madam,
what's your question,
madam, I
sir?
have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, madam, I'm holding IRFC stock around 3,000 quantity, around
Okay.
202 price
Okay.
band.
Okay.
What shall I do, madam? Can I hold or can I average the stock?
I know railway stocks have actually had a very bad run in this recent time, and you purchased at 202. It's actually not too bad. It's recovered a bit also. But let's find out from Shivangi if there is a continuous recovery in process for IRFC. These bounces that are coming in, do they give you any sense of relief that maybe a relief rally or a recovery could be well in place? Or these are dead cat bounces that we are seeing on IRFC? What would you advise here, Shivangi?
Sakshi, we've seen that this stock run up to 230 levels and it's now, round about near 150 odd levels. So clearly there has been a lot of capital destruction in this last, 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
And the kind of movement that we see around in these stocks around the budget is quite high. But, then we've seen that the trend is such that these stocks tend to go in a consolidative phase. So I would recommend that we could wait till the budget, that is February. So it's taken a good support here, and this does not merely show a dead cat bounce. It does show like a good base formation or a bottom formation. But again, follow up is missing, so upside will remain capped. So this will be my view, that you can be in this stock, but it'll require a lot of patience. And the next immediate levels that you can expect is 160 levels.
Okay, got that. So that's the view that's coming in. Hope Milan, this has given you enough and more clarity. Swati says Daily Calls is a very useful show for us retail investors. Thank you, Swati, for writing in such kind words for us. I hope our guests are able to guide you better on your investment journey. She has a question on MBL Infra. She's purchased this stock at 64 levels, Shivangi, and now she wants to know when can she exit her position on MBL Infra. Right now, the stock is at a 5% circuit at 56 odd levels. So basically, it's below her purchase level as well. She wants to know what should her strategy be.
Yes, Sakshi. So I'm just looking up this chart structure. It's a stock that I don't really track very often because of the thin volumes
Thin
here.
volumes, yeah. Yeah.
But yes, of course, if we look at the entire sector, it has been witnessing some sort of a bounce here. But again, this stock will be a little difficult to comment on technically, because it hasn't been respecting the technical levels because of, I think, lack of volumes here.
Okay, we'll also put up another stock. Let's see whether you track this one. Sri Oswal Seed is also in her portfolio. Sri Oswal Seed is something that she bought at the rate of 24.5. Right now it's at 21.6. Another stock which has not been having very strong volumes per se, but its all-time high or a 52-week high is 55 or 56, and its 52-week low is 20, which is where it is really trading at right now. How would you advise on this one?
Absolutely. Even this talk is very tricky to
Yeah.
comment on because of the scattered movement that we've seen. So I think
Correct.
I would suggest even the viewers, even our investors, to avoid such kind of stocks where you, do not have much volumes and liquidity issues here. So yeah.
Correct. Alright, so Swati, there's two stocks in your portfolio. Both of them have liquidity issues. They have very thin volumes right there. These are the kind of stocks where retail investors can often get trapped in as well. It'll be better for you to really look at fundamentally good and quality stocks in your portfolio, even if they are a little high priced, but they can definitely give you much better chances of higher returns. Whereas such stocks where you actually get enticed with lower price ticket, that is where, in case the companies or the stocks have been very illiquid with very low volumes, you never know, and you could get trapped in an upper circuit, lower circuit kind of a scenario anytime. So be very cautious and speak to a fundamental expert before investing in such stocks too, Swati. Next, Arihant writes in and says, I need a view on SJVN or PTC India. Both of the stocks that I have in my portfolio, SJVN at 130 and PTC India at 200. Now he wants to know, can he hold on or should he average at the current levels also? What would your advice be here?
So both of the stocks have very similar chart structures, and we've seen that there has been a lot of erosion in the last 9 weeks. Now, there is some sort of a recovery, and of course, good support has been made over here. Of course, with the markets also recovering, these stocks are finding some sort of a relief here. But then again, both these stocks have, very less follow up. So I think it will take a lot of patience for you to keep holding these stocks. I would recommend offloading some portions at bounces and entering into better momentum stocks with a strict stop loss which is being trailed.
Okay, got it. We have a caller with us now from Telangana. Pawan has dialed. Hi Pawan, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, madam. Fine.
Good afternoon. Tell me, what's your question?
Nothing, madam.
You want to know about any stock? Okay, I think we've lost the connection right there, but we also have another question. This is from Abdul, and he's written on a WhatsApp number. He says, shall I make an entry in Hindalco and Tata Motors at the current downward correction that I'm witnessing? Hindalco, in fact, bounced back pretty smartly when the entire metal move started yesterday and day before as well, but it's now flattish with a negative bias at 647. So Hindalco is one, and Tata Motors, we all know, has been trading below 800 levels as well. How would you look at these two different sectoral stocks, and what would your advice be? Both are leaders in their own self in their sectors.
Yes, of course, these are leaders, but technically they haven't been, kind of performing in the last 1 year. Now, if you talk about the metals and related pack, I think Nalco would be a better placed pick over here. It has been resilient since, this entire corrective phase. And even on a month-on-month basis, we are seeing higher tops, higher formation from the last 4 months. Trading in an upward sloping channel, technically looking quite promising. So I think from this space, Nalco would be the preferred pick rather than Hindalco. And talking about auto space, they are, entering into a phase where they might underperform the broader market. They've absolutely outrun and did their part from the last 3 years. But now I believe there will be some sort of a break in these, stocks and sectors. So I believe it's time to shift focus on some of the other sectors that I mentioned earlier in the show as well. So be with the trending ones and be smart along with, churning the good names.
Okay, got that. So I hope this has answered your question right there, Abdul. Next, we'll take another question. This is from one of our viewers who wants to know a view on Uno Minda. The purchase level here is 1140. The question is, where can I average this stock? Currently, it's at 1039. So almost, about a 100 rupee lower than the purchase price. Today, the stock is shot up another 4%. Your own sense on Uno Minda, what should be done here?
So Uno Minda has, formed a good bottom formation on the weekly basis, and we've seen that the last week there was a price volume surge, although volumes are still less here in this stock as compared to the other ones. But we are heading towards 1100, 1150 levels.
Okay, got that. So that's the view that's coming in. Let's take the next one. Okay, so this one is from Ankur Modi. He says, hello Sakshi, happy Tuesday for all of us. Markets are doing well. Yes, Ankur, happy Tuesday to you as well. It's a breathing sigh of relief that we can see as a sight in the markets. Green screen, which is rarely to be found on very, very rare days, but definitely welcome relief for all the bulls. He wants to know any new age stocks that you could suggest for accumulation for the long term. I think two of them you already suggested earlier also, Zomato and Swiggy, as your preferred stocks right there, Shivangi. Within the wider new age basket, is there anything else that you would also recommend beyond Zomato and Swiggy?
So from the QSR space, the stocks, of course, Zomato has been the talk of the year. And we've seen that with Swiggy's IPO, I think things have only strengthened the sector. And I believe, you should always be with the strength names. Sakshi, you'll know this about me that I've always focused on the
Yeah.
momentum and the strength names. So I think, none of the stock would be better to invest in QSR space rather than these stocks. So I think, yes.
Okay, wonderful. Let's take the next question. This is from Mr. Subramaniam. He says, Sakshi ma'am, I want to know, can I book profits in Federal Bank or continue holding it? I bought it long time ago. 2000 shares is what I hold at the rate of 40. Many congratulations to you, Mr. Subramaniam. You've actually got this at a very, very attractive price. Right now, the stock is hovering around 209 odd levels. That means about a 4.5% uptick with huge volumes can also be seen in trade today. And you've actually seen the best of the rally. Year to date, the stock is up 33%. Past year, it's given about 41% returns. In the last 5 years, the stock has shot up about 140%. And I believe you would have bought somewhere around 2020 during the COVID lows when the stock actually crashed back to about 40 odd levels as well. From then on, of course, the stock has had 140% kind of a surge. So congratulations first for holding on for 4 long years on a stock which has consistently given you great profits, and good time to now ask Shivangi as to whether some more upside can be actually seen, because the bounce has actually happened today after a long haul too. So maybe this carries on and further gives you higher returns as well. Shivangi, how would you study the Federal Bank chart and tell us what's next?
So now banking have shown some bit of a resilience in the last 3 to 4 months, in the sense that they've not fallen as much as Nifty. Of course, they had not risen as much as Nifty as well. But the point is that there has been strength and buying in some of the heavyweight PSU and private names. Now, of course, Federal Bank has had the effect, and this stock has remained quite strong. In fact, from the last 4 years, we've seen that consistently higher tops, higher bottom formation has been seen in this stock. And one of the most stable names, if you look at the longer term perspective, this has had a clean upway in the last 6 to 7 years. But if you talk about the intraday perspective, there will be a lot of swings. So I would suggest, if you're trading in this is not your stock. But if you're investing in this stock, then you should definitely keep holding this stock for another 230, 250 odd levels.
Okay,
Of course,
230. Yeah, sure.
yes, of course, trail your stop losses, because you've made a lot of profits, and it's very important to hold on to the gains.
Absolutely. So right there, 230, 250 could be your targets. Trail your stop losses on that front as well. That will be the wisest strategy that you can have. You definitely need to enjoy the profits that you are seeing on your stocks too. Right. Let's take the next question. This is a caller from Hyderabad. We have Vinod Kumar with us on the phone line. Hi Vinod, how are you?
Yeah, hi ma'am, good morning.
Yeah,
Thanks for
tell
doing
me.
it. And thank you for all the analysts as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So
Yeah.
my question is on couple of stocks, ma'am. One is like Vintage Coffee.
Vintage coffee.
Yeah, so I do have like 100 shares at 115,
Okay.
and it came back to my price. So can I like do one round of like averaging, or else I need like multiple support points where I can do my averaging?
Okay.
And the second stock is like Sterling and Wilson, whether it is like fundamentally sound stock.
Sure. We'll definitely get you a view on both. Let's see if Shivangi follows Vintage Coffee first. Vintage Coffee right now is trading at 117. His purchase price is 115. Let's look at the charts right there. In the last 6 months, the stock has dropped about 16.5%, or maybe from a year-to-date basis also. If you see, that's the kind of trend that we've seen on the stock from 140 to about 117 now. But that's where he had purchased. Do you see an upward momentum that now could be looked at? Is it a good level to average?
So this entire space is, moving into underperformance in the next few months. So I believe, there will be some sort of consolidation or a time correction here in these stocks. So there'll be a lot of opportunity cost if you're being in this stock and not with the outperforming one. So I would recommend, you should book your profits, move to better ones.
Okay, so first understand this, what Shivangi wants to say here is that when we keep our money locked and blocked in certain stocks which are either fundamentally not performing or even technically there is of reversal, and you've been thinking that one day your price will return or maybe higher profits will actually come in and you would want to really make profits in the same stock, that's when a lot of time goes, a lot of opportunity cost is incurred because you're holding on, your money is locked and you haven't made any return on that as well. So keep in mind that certain stocks which actually have are not performed and which further have a downside, you would better actually look at switching to a stock that can actually recover your losses, maybe help you with better returns somewhere else. SW Solar, that's another one. Interesting one. Renewable energy is the theme that we've been all talking about. NTPC Green as an IPO has launched today as well. SW Solar, 491, 3% higher in trade today. Is it a good, fundamentally and technically good stock to be invested in at the current levels? What would you say, Shivangi?
So SW Solar is completely with the trending things that we've seen talk about, and the government is also very upbeat about it. The entire sector that I'm talking about. But of course, if you talk about technically, the stock has seen a pain point from the last 5 months, consistent selling in this stock. So the kind of strength has actually diminished here, but there has been a good support, and 480 will be a make or break zone here. So 480 is your last mark, and for the next upside towards around about 550 levels.
Okay, got that. Well, Shivangi, thank you so much for being with us on this special edition to share all those thoughts and ideas with our viewers and all the strategies that you've recommended along with the stocks list, which I've also taken down and I hope all the viewers have taken down too. We hope that this only gets better from here on for the markets and Shivangi keeps coming back to share all her bright ideas. Thank you so much, Shivangi. Now, viewers, we also will be welcoming another top guest for all of you to answer the rest of your questions. Kunal Parar, Vice President Technical Research at Choice Equity Broking, is now joining in. Hi Kunal, good afternoon. Looking good as far as the market and the screen is concerned today after a long haul. We are seeing green across the board, large caps, mid caps, small caps as well, a lot of them in green, and the questions are also coming in more comfortable from all our viewers. They're actually heaving a sigh of relief right there. Straight away diving into some of these questions that are coming in. Now the question for you is from Mr. Yadav. He says, hi Sakshi ma'am, green afternoon, he says. That's creative of you, Mr. Yadav. Yes, it is a green afternoon indeed, like I was pointing out for the markets. NFL, he's bought at 169 and NHPC at 108. दोनों को एवरेज करें या वेट करें? चाह रहे हैं आपसे, क्या सलाह देंगे? NFL फर्टिलाइजर स्पेस से और NHPC पावर स्पेस से?
Well, good afternoon all, and yes, it's a green afternoon, but obviously Nifty is up by 300 points, but nothing to joy about this market right now because it's just one day momentum.
Yeah.
Now, overall momentum will be dependent on the Maharashtra's election outcome. If favorable government will be there, then further joy will be there. Otherwise, we may see further correction in the market. So wait for the time being. I think till next week. Now let's talk on this NFL. Right now it is trading at 110 level. Downside strong support comes at 100 level. So yes, I think it's a perfect candidate for averaging with street SL of 100. Upside momentum first target that we can say it's a 122, and more above it 138 would be there. So NFL, yes, particularly looks very attractive on a present level. If we talk about NHPC is trading at 80 level, and downside strong support comes at 78 level, because even earlier the stock took the support of 80 level and then it moved up to the level of 110, 115. So we can expect the replicate momentum at the same level, from the same level. One can go for long with strict SL of 75. We will keep SL at 75, not at 78. First target, we can say it's 85, and stock breaks this 85, then further upside would be there up to the level of 96. So both stock looks very attractive for average NHPC and NFL.
Okay, got it. We have a caller with us now. Kalpesh Patel from Mumbai is with us. Hi Kalpesh, good afternoon. पूछिए.
गुड आफ्टरनून मैम, कैसे हो आप?
मैं ठीक हूँ, आप कैसे
तेजी
हैं?
भी अच्छी है, मैं एकदम बढ़िया हूँ मैम। मैं कुणाल जी से एक सवाल है मेरा। मैंने यूनाइटेड स्पिरिट बाय किया हुआ है फ्यूचर एट द रेट 1500, और क्या ये दिसंबर तक ये 1893 टारगेट पॉसिबल है? क्योंकि मैंने सोचा है कि 31 मेरे को पटाया सेलिब्रेट करना है, वहां पे जाके मैं पार्टी सेलिब्रेट करूँ। अगर ये स्टॉप लॉस
तो ऐसा तो नहीं है कल्पेश जी, आप यहाँ से स्टॉक्स में प्रॉफिट बुक करना चाहते हैं और जैसे ही 31 दिसंबर आएगा आप प्रोडक्ट्स में सारा इन्वेस्ट कर देंगे?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं। अगर स्टॉप लॉस हुआ तो यहाँ पे इंडिया में मुंबई में ही क्या बोलते हैं मलाड में है, वहां पे बैठ के गम में रम पी लूंगा।
ओहो, गम में क्यों पीना है? अभी तो देखिए मार्केट्स ऑलरेडी ऊपर आना शुरू हो चुके हैं। कुणाल जी सजेस्ट कीजिए, यूनाइटेड स्पिरिट्स इस होप में खरीदा हुआ है 1500 का इन्होंने दिसंबर एक्सपायरी की, दिसंबर 31 तक 1900 तक के टारगेट्स आ जाए, क्या ऐसा लगता है हो पाएगा?
वेल कल्पेश भाई, आपका होप नो डाउट अच्छा है। अगर ऐसे अगर स्टॉक समझो कि 1500 के ऊपर अगर सस्टेन होता है अगर स्पॉट में, तो लाइकली चांसेस है कि 1900 तक तो नहीं कह सकते, लेकिन 1560 और 1560 के ऊपर 1600 तक की मोमेंटम ये स्टॉक में देखने को मिल सकती है। सो पटाया तो नहीं जा पाओगे, लेकिन मैं इतना जरूर कहूंगा कि आप गोवा तक चले जाओगे अगर स्टॉक 1560 1600 आया तो। होल्ड करके रखिए नीचे में, एज पर द स्पॉट 1460 का एज एसएल मेंटेन करके।
ओके, गॉट इट। तो चलिए कल्पेश जी, उम्मीद करते हैं आपको अपने सवाल का जवाब यहाँ मिला। योगदीप गुरुंग का एक बहुत ही बढ़िया कमेंट आया यूट्यूब पे, मैं सभी दर्शकों के लिए रीड आउट करना चाहूँगी। उन्होंने बोला है कि आई वॉच दिस शो ऑल्सो टू सी अंकुर मोदीज many questions, would love to have a portfolio like his, he has thousands of stocks that he asks every day। अंकुर मोदी जी जो हमारे एक रेगुलर व्यूअर हैं और रोज़ाना इनका एक सवाल ज़रूर आता है हमारे चैनल पर, उनके लिए ये कमेंट आया है। तो अंकुर मोदी जी आप योगदीप को बताएं कि आपके स्टॉक पोर्टफोलियो में कितने स्टॉक्स हैं, हमें भी पता चलेगा, क्योंकि रोज़ाना आपके पास एक नया स्टॉक होता है जिसके बारे में आप ज़रूर पूछते हैं। तो आपका पोर्टफोलियो कितना बड़ा हो गया है, आपसे भी बहुत सारे दर्शक सीख सकते हैं, और किस तरीके से आप निवेश करते हैं अपनी स्टोरी भी ज़रूर यूट्यूब के कमेंट सेक्शन में डालिएगा। चलिए अगला सवाल लेते हैं। ये सवाल हमारे पास आया है काव्या का। Hello Sakshi, I have Clean Science Technologies at the rate 1594. I'm at a 20% loss. Will it be recovered or should I switch to maybe an Archean Chemicals? Could you please advise? Right Kavya, we'll get you an answer to that. Clean Science Technologies may not be having extremely long-term charts because it's one of the recently listed stocks in last couple of years. Your sense on this one? Of course, it's been out of sight for some time, but sitting on 20% losses, any signs of recovery on the charts right there?
Definitely, we can see some sort of recovery, particularly in clean science, because stock has a strong support somewhere around 1280. And even before stock took the support of the same, and afterwards it moved up to the level of 1640. So from my side, please hold the stock with strict SL of 1280. And if stock sustain about 1315, right now stock is trading at 1304. If stock sustain about 1315, then go for fresh average. We may see some upside momentum up to the level of 1440.
ओके, चलिए अगले सवाल के लिए हमारे साथ एक दर्शक लाइव जुड़ रहे हैं, अविनाश फोन लाइन पर। अविनाश जी नमस्कार, कैसे हैं आप? वेरी वेल, थैंक यू। टेल मी व्हाट्स योर क्वेश्चन?
I have a question on RVNL. I'm actually holding a few stocks, good number of stocks in RVNL at an average price of 541.
Okay.
I would like to know if, after looking at the fall in the stock price, currently it is now at 430.
Correct.
Is it a good time to average?
Right, we'll get you a view right there. From the railway space, RVNL bought at 541 and wants to further average at the current levels of 430. Today, 3.5%, and we've been seeing time and again some of these railway stocks showing some bounces. But is there a clear trend of a reversal coming back to the fore right now, Kunal? What do you spot?
Well, from my side, yes, I think one can go for average at present level because stock has a strong support of which 200 days moving average. Not only this stock has a strong support of its previous bottom also. Not only this stock has a strong support of its previous top also. Now that has become a strong support with the counters. Right now stock is trading at 430. I think one should go for average at present level with strict as well of 400 on a closing basis. First target that we can see in the counter on bounce back mode, it's 486, and if stock breaks this 486, then one way upside rally would be there up to the level of 550. So this is the perfect level where one can go for average with strict SL of 400.
Okay, got it. So I hope this has answered your question. Next, we have Ajay Gupta writing into us. Good afternoon, Sakshi. Always an enriching experience to watch your show. I'm thinking to buy AstraZeneca Pharma for long term. Kindly suggest if that is okay. I am from Jodhpur. Warm welcome to you, Ajay ji, and thank you so much for writing in such wonderful words. I'm thrilled that to know that you do find all the guidance that's given by our top guests is really helping you out, enrich your investment journey too. Yes, we'll definitely take up your question today. This is on AstraZeneca Pharma. Kunal, ये देखकर बताइए AstraZeneca का फार्मा चार्ट अभी क्या सजेस्ट कर रहा है, क्या खरीदना चाहिए लंबी अवधि का अगर नजरिया हो तो?
वेल डेफिनेटली खरीदना चाहिए क्योंकि स्टॉक नो डाउट तो पिछले 3-4 दिनों से करेक्शन फेज में है, बट करेक्शन जो है वो सेकेंडरी ट्रेंड में है। प्राइमरी ट्रेंड फिलहाल स्टॉक का अपसाइड का ही है। स्टॉक में बहुत ही बढ़िया सपोर्ट है 200 डीएमए का। प्रेजेंट लेवल पे खरीदारी करके चलना चाहिए। नीचे में 6250 का स्ट्रिक्ट एसएल मेंटेन करिए। टारगेट 8000 है। 8000 जैसे ही ब्रेक होगा 9500 तक के टारगेट इस स्टॉक में देखने को मिल सकते हैं।
ओके, गॉट दैट। तो लंबी अवधि के लिए बढ़िया स्टॉक है। आपको लेवल्स भी बताए गए हैं अजय जी, उनको ध्यान में रखिए और निवेश कीजिए। नमिता अरोरा राइट्स इन, हाय साक्षी, हाउ आर यू डूइंग? आई एम वेरी वेल नमिता, होप यू आर डूइंग वेल टू। इट्स बीन लॉन्ग सिंस यू केम on our platform and asked a question. She says, I was away from the market for the past 10 days and hence don't know the reason for Cipla to fall. Could you please advise if Cipla can be bought at these levels right here? Okay, let's pull up the charts of Cipla to see how the stock has been moving. Today it's a little bouncing, about 1.5% higher. Last 1 month it's been absolutely flat. In the last 5 days also 1.5% of a loss has been coming in, but in fact we did see a strong bounce also about 2 weeks ago on this stock, and this was after the stock was also trading higher than its 5-day, 10-day, even 200-day simple moving averages as well. This was also after the US FDA had granted its Goa facility a voluntary action initiated status too. So let's understand technically what is the viewpoint that Kunal can share. Today it's trading at the high point now with good volumes, 1484 currently.
Well, definitely right now stock is trading up by 1.25% up. But one concern is there, and that concern comes from the 200 days moving average. 200 days comes at 1510, and right now stock is trading at 1483. If stock sustain above this level 1510, then only we may see a further upside momentum with added confidence only. So right now, please stay away from this counter. Only creates a long position if stock sustain above 1510.
Okay, got it. Let's take the next question. This is from Vinod Chaudhary. He says, hi Sakshi ma'am, thank you, and thank you to all the analysts for doing this show for us retail users. Thank you so much, Vinod ji, writing in such one. Wants to know on Pondy oxides, Kunal, from you. He needs multiple entry levels on Pondy oxides, which is in the recycling theme. He wants to invest in this stock for the next up to 5 years. Today there is an 5% upper circuit at 877 odd levels. Could you suggest any multiple entry points where one can stagger their investments?
Well, if you are asking for long term, but obviously we have to search for entry points which would be somewhere around below the current entry price, so that averaging will be at a better level. First entry points would be at 800 level. Right now, stock is trading at 877. First entry point would be at 800 level, and if any fall is there up to the level of 686, then the second entry point would be that, because at that point stock has a strong support, and we may see a very good bounce back if stock approaches this level. So first is 800 and second is 680.
Okay, got that. So that's the view that's coming in. Venkat D has written in. He says, "Hi Sakshi, good afternoon. I'm from Hyderabad. I want to know fresh entry levels on JSW Infra and on NCC. My view is for 2 to 3 years. Would you suggest on JSW Infra and NCC that one should be taking a fresh entry, Kunal?"
Definitely, it's a years for JSW Infra. Right now, stock is trading at 300 level. Strong support comes at 275. But obviously, one is looking for long-term perspective. So this may stock do some wonder. First target we can say the 360, and moreover it 450 would be there. So JSW Infra looks very attractive on a daily chart. If you talk about NCC, right now NCC is trading at 284 level, and for NCC I think I should say wait for the time being. If stock sustain about 290, then only go for creating a long position, because right now stock has some pressure from its 200 days moving average. So if stock sustain about 290, then go for creating a long position. First target that we can see is a 365, and if stock sustain about 365, then 410 would be there.
Okay, got it. So that's the view that's coming in. We have a caller with us. Now Kalpesh is with us. Kalpesh Kacharia from Surat. Kalpesh ji, namaskar. कैसे हैं?
नमस्कार मैम, मैं आज कुणाल भाई से एक सवाल गुजराती में पूछ सकता हूँ, क्योंकि शेयर मार्केट में अगर
बिल्कुल।
आपको काम करना है ना तो आपको गुजराती आना चाहिए।
और आपको बता दूं कि कुणाल जी भी बहुत ही बढ़िया गुजराती बोलते हैं. मैं समझने की कोशिश करूंगी जो भी आप दोनों वार्तालाप करेंगे गुजराती में.
अच्छा कुणालભાઈ, मैं 20 બિરલા શોર્ટ સેલ કર્યું છે ફ્યુચર ડિસેમ્બર @600 અને મારો ટાર્ગેટ છે 480, અને આ સિવાય આઈટી સેક્ટરમાં શોર્ટ સેલ કરવા જેવું બીજું શું સારું લાગે છે?
कल्पेश भाई,
दर्शकों के लिए बता देती हूँ कि सवाल है बिरला सॉफ्ट पर, और एक लॉट फ्यूचर का शॉर्ट सेल किया हुआ है कल्पेश जी ने 600 पर. टारगेट सोचा हुआ है 480 का. अब इसके आगे की कहानी कुणाल जी बताएंगे.
કલ્પેશ ભાઈ, થોડા લેવલ પર શોર્ટ કરેલું છે અને અત્યારે 58 પાસે એક સારો એવો પ્રોફિટ અત્યારે તો જોવા મળી રહ્યો છે. હું તમને ખાલી એટલું જ કહીશ કે તમે એને કેરી કરો. નીચેમાં 540 સુધીનો ભાવ બતાવી શકે પ્રોફિટ બુકિંગ કરીને ચાલો. હું બીજો કોઈ પણ કેન્ડિડેટ, બીજો કોઈ કાઉન્ટર અત્યારે તમને ફ્રેશ શોર્ટ કરવા માટેની સલાહ નથી આપી રહ્યો. રીઝન બીંગ એટલું જ છે કે અત્યારે આઈટી કાઉન્ટર્સ એક બાઉન્સ બેક લેવલ પર ટ્રેડ કરી રહ્યા છે, અને ફર્ધર ડાઉનસાઇડની મોમેન્ટમ અત્યારે હાલ પૂરતી નથી જોવા મળી રહી. ને કલ્પેશભાઈ, હું એટલું જરૂરથી તમને કહીશ કે 2025 આઈટી કાઉન્ટર્સને જ બિલોંગ રહેશે. એટલે તમે કોઈ પણ નવી શોર્ટ કેન્ડિડેટ અત્યારે ટાઈમિંગ માટે નહીં શોધતા. બી શોપ 558 ચાલે છે, 550 540 પાસે આવે તો તમે એક વખત એને સ્ક્વેર અપ કરીને ચાલી શકો છો.
Okay, got it. So that's the view that's coming in. Let's take the next question now. This is from our viewer Satyanarayan Rao Kulkarni. He wants to know on Aarti Drugs, what is your view on this stock?
Well, if you talk about RT Drugs, the way stock has been trading on a daily chart, particularly my view is for creating a long position only, because stock has a strong support at the 450 level, at 460. So this keyword is perfect for creating a long position. Please long with the strict as a 450 on a closing basis. First target we can see is 500, and if stock breaks this 500, and further upside would be there up to the level of 545.
ओके, गॉट इट. चलिए, बहुत बहुत आपको भी शुक्रिया यहाँ पर सवाल पूछने के लिए, और उम्मीद करते हैं कि आपको जवाब भी यहाँ पर मिल गया होगा. नेक्स्ट विल टेक वन मोर क्वेश्चन. दिस इज़ फ्रॉम वन ऑफ आवर व्यूअर्स, and let me just go across to, yes, we have a question coming in from Nobita, and the question is, can this be considered as a reversal of trend in the markets, or is it a dead cat bounce? Good question right there. In this market, after this 300 point kind of a surge that we've seen, is a trend reversal in place, Kunal?
Well, one can't say it's a trend reversal momentum because no doubt stock Nifty is trying to taking the support of its 200 days moving average, but I'm not seeing this as a trend reversal because major election parties there and tomorrow is the voting day. So overall rally will be dependent on this Maharashtra's election only. So wait till next week.
Okay, got it. So that's the view. Okay, Vijay writes in, I had KPIT Tech at 1750, then I averaged around 1340, and now I have these shares. Despite the good results, the stock is showing some weakness. What should I be doing on KPIT Tech? What are the charts suggesting?
Well, right now, chart some downside pressure is there on the counter. Right now, stock is trading at 1350. Support comes at 1310 level. So, if stock gives a close below 1300 on a closing basis, then please exit from this counter because we may see further downside momentum up to the level of 1230.
Okay, we have another caller with us now. Let's quickly take this caller. This is Jaya Rami Reddy from Hyderabad. Hi, Jaya. Good afternoon. I'm very well. How are you?
Yes, I want to know that there are solutions I have account to
Okay.
in Gujarat to do as possible.
Trejara Solutions. Okay. Let me just pull up this stock. Even I'm checking this stock for the first time. Trejara Solutions share. Currently, the stock price is at 246. It's a 2% uptick on this one. The stock has not been very liquidity filled, or it has very thin volumes, I believe. Let's quickly just check. Your question is, you're holding 1000 shares at the rate of 70. So you're sitting on very good profits. Right now it's at 246, 247. So good for you. Congratulations. Kunal, do you track the stock at all? Trejara Solutions?
It's a TRE or TRI?
TREJH. Trejara.
TRESG. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, yeah. Stock is on the chart right now. Stock is trading at 246 and locked in
Yes.
upper circuit. Well, it's difficult to give a view particular on this counter because stock is continuously hitting upper circuit, lower circuit. So I won't be able to give a clear view. But the way market is trending right now, I think some upside momentum would be there up to the level of 260 to 80. But I can't give any long term view or medium term view on this counter right now.
ठीक है. Okay, I hope this has given you that you're holding. We'll take just the one last question now on the channel before we shut shop for the day. Okay, so this is from Ankur Modi, and today his question is on Jyoti structure for long term. How do you look at this stock, Jyoti structure?
Well, if we look at the chart of Jyoti structure, right now stock is trading at 3180 and the stock has been trading above its 200 days moving average. It looks attractive on a daily chart. Equation goes in favor of creating a long position only. Yes, definitely. Go for long at 3180 with strict SL at 27 on a closing basis. First target, we can say it's a 40, and if at this level counter breaks this 40, then one way upside momentum would be there up to the level of 52.
Okay, got that. So that's the view that's coming in. All right, it's 12:51. Right time to wrap up this edition. Thank you so much, Kunal, for addressing all the queries of our viewers on the show. And viewers, thank you so much for writing in to our channel every day with so many questions. It's always so good to interact with all of you and help you with all our top guests. The best way to keep investing in this market and keep making more profits as well. Continue to write into us tomorrow. Markets are off, so we won't have a daily calls show tomorrow, but we will be back on Thursday with another edition. So consolidate all your questions, keep sending them to us on this WhatsApp number. I'll be seeing you on another edition of Daily Calls on Thursday. Rudra, tell us now, beyond 23,700, is the trend after getting solidified in the first half an hour looking even more promising for intraday?
possible, Sakshi, but one has to understand there is something called risk reward. I will not buy at 23,700 for a target of 23,730 for intraday. I'm just talking intraday, which was your question very clear. So I won't buy somewhere here because we were shouting at our channel from 9 o'clock saying that yes, I said yes, it will go to 24,000. Now what you have to do, if you are a positional trader and not an intraday trader, still use any dips or correction in market to buy, but you have to keep that in mind that yes, the bounce what we are looking at can be to levels closer to 24,000 to 24,200 on Nifty and not beyond. And stock specific, we have discussed so many names and I'm so happy to see. I will give you a few more names.